Hello, this is Math Jazz from Almost Cool, and today I decided that I was going to start live streaming my Duolingo sessions. Do I've been doing Duolingo for a little while now, and I thought that it would just be something that I could regularly upload to the channel, and that I could maybe some of you are interested in that. I don't speak German very well, but I've been trying to learn it for a bit, and so basically I'm just going to do some lessons, and hopefully I don't look terrible at this. So for any of you that don't know what Duolingo is, it's uh, it's a website where you can learn a bunch of languages. They have several. Spanish and English, I think, are the two that are most taken. But they have Russian, and they have, I think they have Ukrainian. They have German because that's the one that I'm learning. And so um, the idea is that each lesson is going to be yeah, you can see what I'm pointing at. Okay, so yeah, each lesson you're trying to get this bar to fill up. Every question that you answer will move the bar. Every question you get wrong, you'll lose a heart. You lose all your hearts, then you lose the lesson. So they try and make this very game-like. Yes, it is simple. Ja, es ist einfach. Der Junge ist lustig. So these are pretty simple little sentences here. I forgot what is the topic for this section? I don't know, but some some of the later lessons have pretty complicated grammar. Right. That's a word I've been looking for. I've been using fertig, which I think it's close enough to being ready, but I'm not sure exactly. So today I have a job interview for the Center for Teaching and Learning at my university. Looking forward to that. Maybe I'll tell you guys tomorrow how that goes. But if I get the job, that means that um, I'll be hired to look at the calculus first year curriculum, and I'll be reworking how we teach this class, and that sounds super fun to me. Um, that that's something that I'm very interested in. Oops, I am health, but it's something that I've been. Well, this YouTube channel is actually an offshoot of my desire to study how to teach better. But unfortunately, because I'm trying to wrap up my degree and graduate, it's getting in the way of me doing this channel just a little bit. One thing that really confuses me about German is the placement of nicht in sentences where you're negating something. So nicht means not, basically. And I still haven't quite figured out exactly why. In some sentences, it goes in the place where you'd put it as an English speaker, and in other cases you don't. One thing about the Duolingo like sentence checker is it doesn't seem to care about punctuation at all. And on the one hand, like, it makes it easier to pass lessons, but on the other hand, I feel very not confident about my ability to do proper German punctuation. Wait. There's another word that means ready that I learned just earlier. And I don't remember it. Bereit. Healthy. Gesund. Isn't Gesundheit, like when someone sneezes. Now, lustig, I think, also means something to the effect of, like, it's funny, but I think you can also use it to mean, like, in good spirits, almost. Like, one translation, I think, is the cat is funny, but I think the other one is, like, the cat is happy, almost. I'm not sure about that. Maybe a German speaker can correct me on this. Oops. Okay. Today we have, oh, I got 80 points for that. That means we have to do some more. Okay. Germany is beautiful. Old. Okay, so, der Junge ist schwer as the boy is weak. Yes, that is right. Correct. I'm gonna go with correct. Sind die Männer müde? Umlauts are still hard for me to pronounce. Are the men tired? Is what this means. Tired. So, tomorrow, or today actually, is the first day of the new semester at my university. And that means that I had to drive back to university with my little sister last week. And unfortunately, in the 600 and some odd mile trip from my home to my apartment, I about halfway through, about 250 miles away from the university, my car died. And the mechanic said that the transmission is shot and the car needs to be a week in the shop to get fixed. Well, we eventually got up to the university. We took a shuttle for that. But it means that I have to take a shuttle back down at the end of the week to go pick up my car again. And I won't have a car until then, so... Ooh, what's cool about this, Sie sind sauber, they are clean, is if you spell sauber with an S, sauber like that, it's clean. But if you switch the S for a Z, it becomes sauber. That word means magic, and I wonder if the etymology of the two is somehow related in German. Somehow, in the ancient German mind, when they were deciding what words mean, they thought that clean and magic should be related somehow. I don't know. I'm not a linguist. Is the water dirty? Ist das Wasser schmutzig? Okay. So, yes, it is something, but I'm not sure what that means. Now, I think that... Okay. Duolingo won't let people cheat on the exams. So I can't put my... for a regular lesson, if you put your mouse over a word, it'll tell you the meaning, but that's not going to happen right now. So I have no idea what Vite means. And I have to make a guess. No. Yeah, it is Vite. What does it sound like? Not white though, because white is vice. Not a color, probably. I don't know. Far. Vite is far. Okay. Langsam means slow, but it also means boring. Bücher sind neu. The books are new. Okay, so this is our first opportunity to type an umlaut. What about the S? So I have my keyboard set up to be able to switch between English and German, which isn't hard. Like, you can find some YouTube guide to show you how to do that. But there are a couple of things that are hard for me because I'm not a great typist. And that is all of the punctuation gets moved, and I don't know where that goes. And the Z and the Y are switched, and that makes it hard for me because I will put Z's and Y's in the wrong places when I switch the keyboard. I always want, like, I think I can just deal with the punctuation being in different places, but it would be really nice if I knew a way to switch the Z and the Y, because that's the one that really kind of irks me. Fleisch ist teuer. Meat is expensive. Okay, so German has 3 different forms of the word you. Use informal, because du bist alt. That's like speaking to one person that you're a good friend with. Or you can say Sie sind alt. And that's, oh, I guess you don't need to capitalize that for this. Sie sind alt is the formal, and you're talking to someone and you, like maybe they're your boss or your teacher or something. Or maybe they're just someone you don't know. And then you have ihr seid alt. And that's like you're talking to a group of people and you're like friends with all of them. Like you're talking to your family or maybe a group of friends and addressing all of them. It's informal plural. I think, gosh, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that this is informal plural. Not at any rate, ihr seid is plural. And I'm trying really hard to work on using the ihr seid forms because those are the ones that I've neglected the most. Das ist wichtig. That is important. Oops, wait. No? I skipped past it too fast. Ist es warm? Is it warm? Ist es hoch? High. Das ist kalt. That is cold. Are you all tired? See, the all there means that they want me to use a plural. So this is the formal. Sind Sie müde? Okay, so by switching the order of the pronoun Sie and the verb sind, you ask a question. This happens in English as well. If I say you are cold, that's a declarative statement. If I take the you and the are and said you are cold and switch them, I get are you cold, which is a question. German does this as well. If you switch your the subject of the sentence and the verb, it becomes a question. So, but this here is the formal plural. Oh, well, I think it's also the formal singular. Sie sind müde. I want to say müde. M-U umlaut D-I-G. I wonder if that would also work. But I'm going to stick with M-U umlaut D-E for this. But the Z with the capital S is the formal U, and the Z with the lowercase s is the she, is the word she in German. So by leaving this capitalized and using sind, I'm addressing someone formally. If I turned that s into a lowercase s and switched sind for ist, it would be asking about some female person. So sie or sind sie is are you in a question, and ist sie is asking about a third person female. But I'm gonna try and do using ihr and seid. So seid ihr is still plural and still a second person you, but it's informal now, and it's the form that I feel kind of weak on, so I'm trying to put extra practice into it. He is weak. Oh, schwer. Schwach is weak, schwer is heavy. I have to get all the rest of them with no more mistakes now. Das Kind ist jung. Ist sie schnell? So this is what I was talking about. The lowercase z means she, and then you have to swap sind, which is the second person conjugation, for ist, which is a third person conjugation. Das Wasser ist tief. Is the potato clean? Ist die Kartoffel sauber? Clean, not sauber like I almost said, which is magic. You are now langsam can mean slow, but it can also mean boring. And I think when you're talking about a person this way, you're probably talking about them being boring. But no. I'm gonna have them take a look at my answer. Anyway, we have to do this test again because I fell at the last moment. Okay, let's try it again. Deutschland ist schon. Oh, and it's not shown because that, I think schon is means like already. Scho umlaut n means beautiful, and so I think it's closer to like schön. But my umlauts are terrible, guys. Fleisch ist teuer. Deutschland ist schön. Germany is beautiful. Oil is expensive. Öl, is it Öl ist teuer? Everything's expensive, isn't it? We're really just meat and oil because it just keeps bouncing back and forth between them. Das ist kalt. Boy is schwer, heavy, not weak. That is correct. Though I think that is right is also an answer. Ihr seid alt. Are the men tired? Sounds like something that like an officer will ask his first, his assistant. Imagine the general standing next to his lieutenant and saying, "Are the men tired?" Ihr seid langsam. Because this is the second person informal that I'm trying to practice. Ist es warm? Oh, I didn't translate that. Is it warm? Das ist neu. Wichtig. The potato is clean. You are young. Du bist jung. Spricht. L. The other ones are schläft schnell, which is he slept fast, and fliegt schnell, which is he flew fast. I think that people can really only fly. Oh no, helicopters. You can fly slow in a helicopter. Every other way to fly is pretty fast. Okay. So now we go to the next one. Try and get around 400 a day. So if we do this lesson, we should be good. People like books. Menschen. No. Leute mögen Bücher. So Leute and Menschen are both they mean people, but I think Leute is more closely associated with people, and Menschen kind of means something between, or can also mean humans, I think. Pferde mögen Äpfel. So this is it looks like we're doing a lot of plurals today. Pferd is horse, Pferde is horses. Das Pferd. Oh, I didn't even talk about their articles. So in German, the article has a gender and a case to it. So I'll talk about gender today. We'll talk about case some other time. But basically, every noun is either a masculine noun, a neutral noun, a feminine noun, or it's a plural noun. And so in English, we just say the horse, the house, the man, the woman. But in German, depending on the gender of the noun, you have to change basically which form of the word "the" you're using. And so when you're learning German words, it's important to, like apples. It's important to learn the correct article. You have to learn the gender of the word. So der is masculine. Well, in nominative case, because we're not going to talk about case today. So out of the 4 cases, this is the one case we'll talk about. The nominative case, masculine nouns are der nouns, neutral nouns are das nouns, feminine nouns are die nouns, and plural nouns are also die nouns. Children like chocolate. Humans like books. Menschen mögen Bücher. Ich schreibe. Wir schlafen. The kids read the paper, the newspaper. Die Kinder lesen die Zeitung. Wir trinken und du bezahlst. We drink and you pay. That sounds like a terrible relationship. Run. Wir lesen ein Buch. We read a book. Spielt. He plays. Now, I wonder if the kind of people that learn a second language, which obviously are also the type of people that write down courses for how to learn a second language, if there's like a preponderance, like if there's a greater than normal number of them that are avid readers. Siehst du die Kuh? Do you see the cow? Because if the type of people that learn a second language are also the type of people that read for fun all the time, then you kennst die Zeitung. You know the newspaper. Or are familiar with the newspaper. Okay, so the part that I was opining about is that it seems reasonable to assume that. It seems reasonable to assume that the people that learn a new language are the type of people that like to read. I think that should be accepted. And if that's the case, if that's true, then it seems also reasonable that the types of things that they would focus on translating are like they would use like he reads, they read, we like reading, all these words that relate to reading, they would they would use more often than the average population or the average person in the population, and therefore they would be more likely to have those types of sentences involved in a course that they're writing than the average population would. I think that is a reasonable assumption. We pay. Yeah. So like you have to think that the type of people that go out of their way to learn a second language and the type of people that go even further out of their way to try and teach other people a second language, they're not necessarily the typical members of a population. They have behaviors that are probably not representative of a population. And so that affects the way that a person from language A learns about language B, because they have to go through people that know both languages A and B to get there. There's another thing that I think about is like when people go on vacation, they come back and say, "Oh, in this place that I went on vacation, here are a bunch of the customs of that place, and here are a bunch of the types of foods that I ate, or this food doesn't taste authentic to the," because I spent 3 weeks in some country and I never tasted this kind of food that tasted this way. It doesn't taste authentic, or maybe it does taste authentic. It tastes exactly like when I had that 3-week vacation somewhere. And I think, well, you only saw a 3-week slice in time of the place that you went to, and everyone knew that you were foreign. Or they probably knew you were foreign. I read a newspaper. So, I don't know. It's just interesting. I think, hey, we made it through this time. And 400 points. 400 points isn't bad. Let's do one more. Okay. So we're focused on clothing today. Frauen und Männer tragen Schmuck. Women and men wear jewelry. Schmuck is a really weird word. It's like a lot of times the German words that you hear them and you're like, oh yeah, that feels like the right word for the thing. But Schmuck means jewelry, and it doesn't feel like it feels like it should be the word for like dirt. Schmuck sounds too close to like schmutzig, which is the German word for dirt. And Husen. Oh, wait. Die Husen oder die Hosen? Die Husen? Hosen. Oh, that's a tough one. So, Hose is pants. So, Hose is pants, but we're pluralizing it. D makes it plural. So, the pants are not large. But is it with an umlaut or not? I think it is. Let's try. No! 50-50 shot. Die Hosen sind nicht groß. The pants are not big. Die Mädchen tragen, so the girls wear clothing. Kleider. Oh, no. Kleider is clothing. Kleider is dresses. Right? Or no, Kleidung is clothing. Kleidung, clothing, right? Die Kleidung? I think so. Yeah, okay. Right, the jacket. Der Jacke? Like that? Or is... Okay, I'm probably getting this one wrong. Because I don't remember the article, and I think it might be D. Die Jacke? Oh, great. And the pants. You know, I think I'm just gonna go like this. Hosen. Oh, that's right, no umlaut. Okay. The shoe. The Tasche ist fertig. Tasche is bag. The bag is ready? That's a weird sentence. The bag is done. Fertig means done. I thought it meant... Yeah. So fertig means ready, but it also means like completed. The man wears a hat. Der Mann trägt einen Hut. The shoes are perfect. Die Schuhe sind perfekt. Der Mantel. The cloak? The coat. Okay, we're not going to make it this one. We'll leave it till tomorrow, I guess. The makeup. Die Kosmetik. I wear pants. Ich trage eine Hose. Yep. The ring. Oh, don't need to capitalize nouns in English. Is beautiful. The ring. Ooh, der Knopf. The button. Wir haben Hosen. Oh, yes, pants. Yakin. Yakin. Okay. I didn't think we'd make it all the way through. A little hard. But we will be back tomorrow to continue our Duolingo adventure. Okay, so see you all next time.